Hey, fire signs. So, I'm going to do a reading specifically on what you're healing right now. I know you guys have been very overwhelmed. Um, you're definitely in your energy and your element. However, you guys definitely have taken a toll in terms of you had your fair share of disappointment. You have been very exhausted as of lately, particularly like the last week and a half. I know sometimes you guys can be very defensive, but that is a defense mechanism, right? I don't feel like you guys lost your spunk in terms of your courage. I don't feel like you guys have given up in terms of what you are going towards. I just feel like you guys kind of need to know where the heck you are in terms of your healing journey. So that's what we're going to do today. Let's see what's going on here for you guys. Let's get some messages for fire signs, sun, moon, rising, Venus, North Node. Sun, moon, rising, Venus, North Node. Thank you. Yes, very strong right now. I feel like you're still very passionate in whatever you are setting for yourself in terms of goals, okay? You're definitely still in your power. I just feel like you are trying to regain your strength as well during your healing. From what I'm seeing here, you're very focused. You're also very, very compassionate. Not just, there's not just passion coming through, but there's also compassion coming through in terms of like towards yourself as well as others, or at least you're trying to decide to or balance those things out right now. I feel like you guys can definitely influence other people if you guys continue to work on yourselves and work on your healing, okay, from what I'm seeing here. What's going on here? I also feel like there's something about like being patient enough to like the strength to be patient for someone to open up to you, to speak to you, versus you forcing a conversation, because that has strength within itself as well, like being patient enough for someone to become vulnerable with you, okay? That's significant somehow. What's going on here? What are they hearing? Okay, so it looks like whatever you guys are going through, it almost feels like it's holding you back, but not necessarily. I feel like it's allowing you to hold, or not hold, but hone in on your power, okay? I do feel like you're realizing that you have the power of choice. Your decisions are very powerful in what you do every single day in terms of your healing. I understand that like you guys are going through this thing where you're realizing that you can make very reckless decisions and it can impact a lot of people as well as you, and your number 333, okay? So you guys can be very hesitant in terms of your choices and decisions. So you might not be as much as a risk taker as you were before, because you're going through your healing journey, okay? But I'm also feeling like this is probably where the indecision is stemming from as well, okay? So it could be like a fear of becoming a little reckless or not being able to control something, all right? I am seeing here also, you guys could be focusing on your career, focusing on job, employment, something financial, all right, for you guys, okay? You guys could be recovering from losing some funds, losing a job, losing some sort of resources or stability, not having enough, and trying to regain finances, okay? You're looking for your long-term goals, long-term plans, not just for you, but for your family, for your health, for your stability, okay? I do feel like you guys are going to get that point in where you're going to get a blessing, okay? In terms of wealth and in terms of abundance. but this is also feeling financially secure. So you're healing whatever caused that finicky energy in terms of not feeling financially secure, not feeling like you're going to be able to do the things that you want to do, whether it be materialistically in terms of your job field, in terms of like you improving, your finances, okay, or even improving yourself, okay, from what I'm seeing here. But there are positive changes happening because of your healing, okay. I'm also seeing changes occurring as you're healing, but in the home. Okay, so I'm not sure if like you're home a lot while you're healing, or if like you healing is going to change the structure and the stability of the home. Understand, right? Angel number 555. Okay, so there are changes here. I feel like whatever you're setting, in terms of goals, even if it's more materialistically or in the career field, okay, I feel like it's very attainable. So don't feel like it's not attainable, because I feel like there's some sort of indecision here in terms of whether or not you're going to be able to do it, and you are, okay. You guys could have definitely experienced a very, very hard karmic lesson, okay, and it involved a lot of forgiveness. And so as you're healing, forgiveness is key. All right, I'm not sure if you have to forgive yourself for being in a situation, forgive yourself for overgiving resources, energy, time, compassion to people that you didn't have to, being able to like redirect that energy to yourself again. All right, I kind of feel like you guys are regaining your strength because you kind of feel spiritually poor, and so it's a little bit different than being like in the mundane poor. Spiritually poor kind of feels like you don't have the spiritual energy to give anymore, you don't have the time to give anymore. Maybe your vitality doesn't feel like, you're so lethargic, you're so tired, you're exhausted, right? And I feel like you're recovering from that, as you're healing. Okay, let's see what's going on here. So I just want you to know that there is positive change. Don't feel like there isn't. As you're healing, there is going to be some positive changes. Anything else here? What are they healing? What are they healing? Yeah, I also feel like you have to be strong enough to not just believe, but agree with the fact that you're strong, you're powerful, you are kind, you're beautiful. I feel like there are some things here that you don't strongly believe, and it's leading to pessimism or negative self-talk, and it's time for you to release some pain, right? And so I feel like, either some Reiki healing or some therapy, some life coaching, something that's going to help you kind of release this burden from your heart. But you definitely have to be able to speak. I feel like speaking is going to be very significant. Speaking, writing, singing, poetry, something to do with the throat chakra you have to do, okay, in order for you to finally move on, okay. I feel like that's where you're going to find your strength. I really feel like that's how you're going to continue to recover, okay, because you're still in the state of recovery. All right, you have to continue to release this pain. For some of you guys, it will take anywhere between 2 to 3 weeks to release this pain. For others of you, by the end of Leo season, everything should be good if you continue in the route that you're doing, what you're doing, okay? Like I said, there's a lot of indecision here in terms of this, pain. You are like obviously thinking before you make decisions, but I also feel like this is overthinking things. This is like overkill. I really feel like you should just focus on the clear facts and what you can do versus what you can't do, or versus like what you have failed in. Redirect those thoughts. Okay, weigh your options in terms of what is beneficial for you, in terms of who you should talk to, in terms of what environments are going to help you. If you're seeking a life coach or a spiritual life coach, I am a spiritual life coach, so if you need any type of services of those kinds, or even Reiki services, I got you guys. But I feel like this is causing the stagnation that you're in. You kind of feel stuck. You kind of feel like you can't make a decision. It's hard to even like clearly see what your choices are at this point, right? But I really feel like healing and releasing whatever this pain is going to help you to kind of be on the fast track of seeing things and being able to decide things, speak clearly, think logically, in terms of situations, and not from a space where you are hurt, not from the victim mentality, not from the energy of, everything happens to me, thinking from the energy of everything happens for me, right? If something had to be destroyed, if you had to be separated from someone, if, someone had to show their butt to you, like, and show you like how toxic they were, and show you how, lower vibrational they were, like whatever your situation was, right? If you, ended up leaving a place to have to move somewhere else, or you couldn't stay in a physical environment anymore, it was because there was something that you weren't seeing and you were deciding not to see. Okay, and when tower moments happen, usually it ends up with us kind of emotionally detaching and going within and learning what is going to benefit us, what is of value in the situation, and what can we take from it, and what we have to leave behind, right? Especially if we're walking away, it's like, you can't carry a bundle of stress with you in your endeavors as you're walking, right? As you're discovering yourself, this is not going to benefit you. You're always going to operate from, I'm hurt, I'm weak, people see me weak, I feel like your test has been faith. People have been testing your faith a lot, whether it be spirituality, religion, your belief system, your morals, your values, and I feel like this has built a very strong character within you. And from what I'm seeing, you have strong boundaries now. Yeah, and it's not something that you should regret to have strong boundaries. In fact, somebody should put in the hard work to try to make you feel safe enough to bring down those boundaries, if you understand what I'm saying, right? Because you're currently in this energy of withdrawal, emotional withdrawal, and it's because you have been through a lot. I'll be honest, you've been through a lot, too much stress, and don't worry about it, because it's over. Like you completed this, karmic lesson, The lesson has been completed, but now it's more so recovering from that lesson, so that way you can be prepared for the blessing after the lesson, So let's see what else you can do in terms of healing. What can they do in terms of healing? What can they do in terms of healing? Okay, so some of you guys already have an idea of Okay, I feel like you already have had an idea, or you're working on an idea, you're working on like a new project or something like that that may benefit you, or you're thinking about, or maybe you're waiting on something before you can, start this healing or this endeavor or something like that. I do feel like you guys had some sort of idea. If you guys didn't have an idea, I feel like you're going to have an idea within the next 1 to 3 days. I feel like you guys are very, very, very fiery people, of course, but you're very creative as well. And so I feel like you should turn that pain into a source of creativity, right? I feel like you have gained a lot of willpower and determination. I just feel like right now is a time period where you need to work on stop questioning yourself and just do the things that you want to do instead of questioning why you want to do the things that you want to do. Giving yourself like space and I don't feel like it's time. I feel like it's space. Giving yourself the space to venture out and do something new, right? So this is like doing something that you haven't done before, working somewhere you haven't worked before, cooperating with someone that you haven't cooperated before, learning something that you haven't learned before, because I see a potential in a beginning for you, right? And you can't start this beginning if you're questioning how it's going to end. I feel like the key word here is desire. What do you desire? What is your outcome here spiritually? What is your outcome here physically? What is your outcome here in terms of like, what are you determined to do? I feel like going full force towards new opportunities is definitely going to benefit you. All right. But doing the same old is going to continue to make you feel stuck, right? Continuing not to make a decision is going to also add to that stagnancy energy, right? So preparing yourself to progress, preparing yourself for stability, preparing yourself to, it's almost like, I'll put it like this. The lesson has been learned. You're currently healing. You have a little bit more healing to go. And once the healing is done and the doors are open again, what do you want to do next? What's your next chapter? What kind of characters do you want in your storyline? What kind of offers do you want to come in? What kind of friendships do you want? What kind of business partnerships do you want? Where do you want to go in the world? Do you want to travel? If so, where to? Do a vision board. I feel like a vision board would be very significant. If you guys you're not into the vision board thing, you're more of like a collage type of person, then do a collage, like every single day, find 3 places, 5 places that you would like to go to, try doing like 2 in your area and 3 outside of your area, like an hour or 3 hours away from your area, and then expand it even more, right? Until it becomes like a whole like board, right? So that way you can see the direction that you're headed in, right? Looking at your expansion as well, because you have definitely grown. You have grown so much spiritually and physically. Okay. I feel like, there are also opportunities like across seas, like over an ocean, like a body of water or something like that, that may be beneficial for you guys that you're not even looking at. Okay, that will be beneficial for you guys. Like just allowing yourself to move forward, not backwards. Okay. I really feel like your curiosity is going to come back as well, and utilizing, like I said, utilizing that to do something creative. All right. Now, I'm not saying that, oh, well, you don't feel ready, so like just do it anyway. I'm not saying that. I am saying, like, if you're not ready, do things that are going to help you to grow and be ready and be prepared, right? So let's say you're having issues with opening up to new people, right? So try to strengthen the connections that you still have now. So that way you can have stronger communication skills. You will be able to communicate clearly what you want, what you need, and your boundaries. So that way when you meet new people, it's going to be easier for you to already reestablish boundaries and stuff like that you already have, rules and stuff like that you already have, right? I feel like you guys have a lot of dreams, and you should definitely go towards those dreams, okay? I feel like, you guys strongly want love. You strongly want a new kind of love, okay? I'm not sure if you guys are single or if you're in a relationship or something like that. So like if you're single, you want new love. So you want a new partner. You want something that is passionate, but someone that can show you compassion. That's someone that will respect your boundaries. Someone that you don't have to constantly emotionally withdraw from. But if you guys are in a relationship, I feel like healing whatever is causing you to emotionally withdraw, being able to tell your partner when you're overwhelmed and talk about why you're overwhelmed. If it's physical, is it spiritual, is it unconsciously, is it consciously?